What's going on, guys and gals? This is Auto Tech. Got another video on the Tiger 800 today. We're going to be removing all of the plastics, and then we might also remove the gas tank, or that might also be its own video. The good thing about this is pretty well all you need is a 5mm Allen and an 11mm wrench. The bad news is every single bolt is almost a different length, so make sure you label them as you go. What I like to do is I like to just break it down, you know, like side fairing, Tiger 800 trim, stuff like that. So some Ziploc bags and a permanent marker are definitely going to be handy. Let's get to it. So there is a particular order that you have to remove these plastics. You have to remove the ones that are up front in or beside the radiator, and then you're able to remove the outside plastics from there once you get access to the bolts. In order to remove this push clip, you push the center in, which I've already done, and then if you move up to the top here, there is a 5mm Allen bolt. So on each side, all you have to do is just that bolt and the push clip, and then these inside pieces will pop out. So to reset these clips before you go to put them back in, just simply get it back to there. And then when you pop it in, pop the center back in. Hold on, we'll get you a better view there. So once you get it pushed back out, get it to there, then you can pop it in, push this in, and it'll resecure. I just want to show you that right now as I took them out, just in case I forget for later. So one thing to keep in mind for when you're removing these out, inner rad pieces, is you have to pop the top out, and then from there you can pop up the bottom. So if you get a good look there, you can see that there's like a little finger that kind of catches that. So just don't pull straight out on the bottom, lift up on the bottom slightly. So now to remove the outside fairings, there's one 5mm Allen on each side, just kind of halfway up there. And then if you come around to this side, you've got one on the outside here. Now those are different bolts, so don't mix them up. Go ahead and take both of those out on both sides. So once you have both bolts out of both sides, you're gonna come over to this and you're gonna pull out slightly on the bottom, and then you're gonna pop the top up, and then you're going to unhook it from the beak there, get it slightly out of your way, and then inside you will find the connector for your signal lights. Now the nice thing about these connectors is they just simply pull apart. So all you do is pull it apart, and now your fairing will come right out. Nothing to it. Just to give you a better look at those connectors, you got a black wire, a white wire, and it's just your simple bullet style, pops right out. So next up, we're going to remove what I call the 800 trim. You've got one on each side of your gas tank, and all it is held in by is just one 5mm Allen at the base there. So these 800 trims don't just pop right up. If you notice, you've got a tang here that slides in there, and then you've got a tang here that slides in here. So the way that you do that is you lift up on the back. Jesus, that was close. So you lift up on the back, and then you just slide it towards you. And there you go. All right, so next up, we're going to be removing the fog lights. Now, if you follow this wire, it goes all the way around. There's a little bit of a clip after I bang my head off there. So there's a clip to pop the wire out of, and then you follow the wire down, and here is where your connector is. Go ahead, push that tang, pop that out, get the wire free on both sides. So now to remove this fog light, I lied to you. It's actually a 10mm on the inside here, and then you're gonna use a 6mm Allen to get in on here. Now, I happen to have the really long ones with the ball head, so I'm gonna have a really good time with this. You are not. If you use an Allen key, you can actually get in there and then use the wrench to loosen it. Or go out on Amazon and get that socket. After you get that bolt out, you're gonna go ahead and take the 8mm out, which is holding this side windscreen on. Then the fog light will come out. It's the exact same on both sides. So next up, we remove the beak. Now you're gonna see that there's a whole lot of bolts in it. Don't be intimidated by that. You take out these 2 bolts, and then I'm gonna have to take the camera off, and hopefully you will see. Then you take out these 2 bolts. So let me pan out a little bit. So there's bolt here, back up top, and the 2 rear bolts. They're all 5mm Allens. So I bet you took all 4 bolts out, didn't pay attention, and now you're noticing that 2 are different. Don't worry, I got you covered. Button head at the rear, so the ones that are by the gas tank. If you notice, these ones go by the gas tank, these ones are the ones that go underneath your beak. They're actually a different length as well. You're welcome. So to remove this beak, don't just start ripping and tearing. You gotta pop this little piece out of here, then this will lift up. Again, pop that out of there. That'll lift up, and then you come around to the side, come out to the front, get a hold on each side, and then you kind of have to spread it just a touch, get it to slip through on the one side, and then it will come right out. Now what hit the ground there? That was just a clip for the bolt, and that goes right here. All right, you're almost there. Now you've got what I call the ignition trim. And to get that out, it's just a 5mm and a 5mm. So this one's nice and easy. It just slides right up. There is a little bit of a tab that lines it up. Nothing to it. So hopefully you took the time and you kept your stuff nicely organized, kept all your bolts labeled. That concludes this video for plastic removal. The install is definitely pretty straightforward. You just removed it, so you're going to be able to reinstall it, no problem. Just remember, for all of your tightenings, it's just plastic, so just a little bit past snug. The official spec is like 4 Newton meters, so not much. I always put just a little dab of blue Loctite on everything. If you're new to this, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I hope this video helped you out.